What's going on, everybody? We are live at the TMF podcast in the studio. Today is Wednesday, September 15th, and we are joined today with Mike from SKATELESSON.com. Mike is local to me. I met him at the skate park, of all places, go figure. And he teaches skate lessons, and my kid took some lessons from him, and I like what he's doing in the community. And I wanted to hear more about the story behind SKATELESSON.com and how you got here. And just I like entrepreneurs, I like people who take a risk, I like people who throw it all out there. And something tells me that you have an interesting story to tell. And also, I'd like to promote SKATELESSON.com and what you do for the kids and for the people around here. And every time I've seen you, you've always been in a great mood and a great attitude and good energy. So I wanted to have a talk. And we're neighbors, so that's even more convenient.
Yeah, right.
So we're here today with Mike, and he's got a hole in his chest. Don't worry, he's wearing a green creature hoodie, so he's not actually a ghost, just so you're aware. So tell us, how did SKATELESSON.com become a thing? Give us a little bit of your background.
All right, so thank you for having me, by the way. Appreciate it. Skate lessons basically started in my mind 7 or 8 years ago. I was actually doing Go Skate lessons for Go Skate, and I didn't like the way that they presented themselves with the customers, and I was in the car business, so I stayed in the car business because that was the way I was making money, and I had a kid.
What do you mean in the car business? You selling cars?
I was selling cars.
Hell yeah, everyone sold cars, man.
I know.
Shit, in the 90s, the 2000s, everyone sold cars.
Yes, I started selling cars at 18, man. It was...
I think I sold cars. I was like 19 or 20. I was
Really?
like Gwinnett Ford, Gwinnett Nissan.
Been there.
One of the other ones over. That little clusterfuck of car places
yeah.
back in the day. Everyone was like, you standing on the corner just waiting.
It's terrible business. It's absolutely terrible.
Yes.
A lot of funny tricks and a lot of fun stuff happen in the car business, but
Yeah.
not worth it. It's not. When I'm old, like 60, I might go back to the car business.
Nah, you won't go back. There will be no car business.
Yeah.
You click on your phone, car shows up.
This is true.
They already do it.
It's going to be 40 years from now. Oh.
It's going to be 4 years from now.
Be wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was sitting at my desk at Toyota at Stone Mountain, and I'm typing in domains, and I'm just buying and selling domains, just kind of like, making a little extra side cash. This was January of 2020. And I just typed in skate lesson, and it showed up available on Namecheap for $9.99 for the year. I was like, perfect. I just bought it right there. So I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to make a business plan. I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to, have a full try at being an entrepreneur. So about 20 minutes go by, and I have ants in my pants. I'm like jittery. I'm like looking around like, why the hell am I here? I stood up, went to my manager's office, said, hey, I'm out. I'll see you later. And I quit that day. And I just went home and just got to work. Just started marketing on Facebook. The household wasn't too happy that I just quit my job, but
Right.
I knew what I neted to do. And sure enough, after a few weeks, I already had people signing up for skate lesson. And then I was going to do a contest at Settlesbridge Skate Park. I think it was March. And the day that I had the contest set up was the day that we went into quarantine for the
No
coronavirus.
shit.
Right, yeah. So now I'm jobless, at home, locked in my room because of quarantine, and nobody's outside to skate. So I took that time to just basically build my business and do what I can. And then I started like selling like games and stuff like that online just for some extra income. I made some pizzas at places that were open and just barely made it through. But
Right.
But after everyone kind of got tired of being quarantined and wanted to get out, the parents were more than happy to send their kids outside to go skateboard. And I was the one that was always there, and I built relationships. And before I knew it, I had a full roster of clients and students that were every month signing up for my classes. And the parents always call me and tell me how happy they are with like the kids are trying hard and they look forward to this every week, and it makes you feel good,
Right.
It's
So
pretty awesome.
what's your skate background? Like, how long have you been skating? How'd you get into it?
So I grew up in Atlanta, and that's all I had. Instead of parents and everything like that. Like I just got on the bus to go to school. I would stay on the bus and go to downtown and just skate around. And then something that called me to skateboarding was just like, man, this is my life. This is what I want to fucking do. This is who I want to be. And I just skated every day, just nonstop. I was 12 when I started skateboarding.
Okay.
12 years old. So I'm pushing 40 right now.
Right, we're about the same age.
I'm going to be 30 this month, man.
30?
Yeah.
Ah, you ain't nowhere near 40. Man, fuck off.
I feel like I am.
And we're near 40, man. I'm near 40.
Oh, shit.
Megan says I'm past 40 already, but man, I feel great. I'm 38. I'll be 39 in January, so.
Nice.
You know. So you were like, you were skating after the Tony Hawk boom then. So he was already popular and kicking and kind of probably past kicking at that point. And it was like the next round of people.
His like third video came out.
Came out about that time. So he was already somewhat popular.
Right.
So it wasn't like pre-skateboarding taking off kind of shit. It was like they're doing some cool shit, and now they need to level it up. Now they do. I watch videos on TikTok. I'm like, that's not impossible.
It's insane. and they're like 12 years old that do it now.
Oh, dude, there's some kids out there. I'm like, how that kid's like 6 months old.
Wouldn't surprise me, man.
Right? I'm like, how's that even? I don't know, man. It's crazy. So you got into it, man. I mean, I've seen you up there, man. You freaking tear it up. You're freaking ripping it. You know, you guys are crushing it out there. So you grew up skateboarding, you loved it, and you decided to make it a business.
Yep. Decided to turn it into a business, and just so I can keep skateboarding in my life.
Right.
It's, you know, and it's doing well.
So what's your dream, man? What's your aspiration to do from here on? So you're 30, man. You can live 2 more like entire lives ahead of you. So what are you gonna do? Like, what's the dream?
The dream is to open my own skate like school, like have like a full-on school that's gonna cross the United States, over the seas to Europe and worldwide, you know, and be a part of the big game like SLS and getting the X Games, and you know, and just be there to support the kids that are coming up into the skateboarding world and do events for them all over the states and places that they can't get it, you know, and just keep on pushing it, you know.
Right.
It's gonna be good.
Okay, I like that. That's a good idea. So I remember not 10 years ago we had indoor skate parks, and then they're just poof.
Yep.
Where'd they go?
They management allowing kids to just come in and go as they please. If they're good, they can skate for free, and then it turns into just those kids end up getting ahead of themselves, and those are the only ones that are over there at some point, you know, and because it's just like the attitude and just the clickiness of the skate scene.
Okay,
know?
I guess that makes sense.
It's not a very open scene, you know.
Yeah, which you would think it would be. I mean, but it is a very individual thing to do,
right?
Like as far as a hobby, like you don't need anyone else, and really no one can do it for you. You can just hang out together and be, look, you can either pick each other up and be like, yeah, man, you almost had that shit, or you can be like, that dude sucks, get out of my way.
Right.
So it seems like maybe it's the latter kind of stigma, or everyone's just in their own head.
It's a lot of that, their own head, and a lot of just people just being assholes for no reason. You know, I've seen a big change recently, like especially the younger generation. They're all supportive with each other, and they all like go out there and have fun. It's the guys who have been doing it a long time and seeing the skateboarding take a different turn than sitting around smoking cigarettes and drinking PBR to being in the Olympics. You know, it's a whole different outlet now, and they don't want that.
Why not?
They want to keep themselves exclusive and F the police, and you know,
man, those dudes are old.
Yeah, I know.
Those ain't going nowhere. They ain't got shit going on.
Nope. Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, I watch the X Games when it pops up there. I watch all those other little competitions that pop up on my YouTube feed, you know, when Skylar was getting into it. And
right.
I was like, man, I could do that. Let me tell you something. I cannot do that. I cannot do it. But I get that. Like, I think me and Marshall talked about on our other show about how kids growing up now, how people don't give the younger generation enough credit for the change that they've made.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are uplifting, and there's some people out there who are always going to be assholes.
Right.
But I think that it is, from what I've seen, less. And Marshall told some stories, man. Like, he's older than me. He's in his 50s. of shit that happened to him in high school, bullying. We talked about bullying on an episode because a school shooting had happened recently, and I was like, man, how is this? And he goes, I'll tell you how it happens. And he told me some stories that I was just like, dude.
Holy
he
shit.
goes, this happened to me. And I was like, he's like, it was 30-something years ago, and I remember every one of them names. And I'm like, dude, I didn't experience anything that crazy,
Right.
But I feel like maybe now the bullying is definitely different. The bullying is just on your phone. You don't even have to, it's online. You don't have to see that dude to make him feel like shit.
Yeah, everything's
So,
online now.
Everything. Everything is online. But when you see them out in person, people are pretty genuine. And the guys who are bullying people online, they're not showing up.
Yeah,
They ain't gonna show up and say that shit to your face.
never will.
So I like it. I like the idea behind that. I think that we need some outlet for kids to interact, because as I'm a parent, my kid's 13 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they don't have friends. It's crazy.
It is.
And, Megan, she would be like, well, why don't they go outside and play? I'm like, look outside. Do you see anybody outside? There is fucking nobody out there. When I was a kid, man, you go outside, don't come back until it's dark.
Those are the days.
Those were the days.
Those are the days, man.
Dude, you just disappear.
Wake up in the morning, Saturday morning, watch Nickelodeon in the morning time or whatever was on,
man.
eat a bowl of cereal, and then leave.
Go.
Just
You
leave.
could not come home.
Only time you call is if you're in the hospital or if
That was it.
You're
You
at your friend's
you
house.
come home later, or they just make another kid.
Yeah.
That was the 90s, man. They were like, well,
I
we'll
miss
try
the
again.
90s.
We'll try again. I remember.
I'll try again.
I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't go across the street. I live in Lawrenceville, Riverside Parkway area in Lawrenceville, and I wasn't allowed to go across Riverside. I couldn't cross the street when I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old. So to get over there, we would go through the sewer. We would go there like a manhole. Like if I went and looked at it now, I'd be like, dude, how did I even crawl through that motherfucker? But we could duck down and we would crawl underneath the freaking road and come out the other side just to get across Riverside. So I didn't cross the street. That's what, man, we would be lost, man.
Did you ever take any more like adventures down the tunnels or anything?
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
We would go across the neighborhood in that bitch. We was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But we was living it.
That'd be wild.
The 90s were wild, man.
They were
But
great.
I told a story on there before. There was like way in the back of my neighborhood, there was like a little pond.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was fucking 1.5 miles away. Like they were building a new thing. It was way up there, down this hill, through the woods, pond. And I would go out there with my buddy and we like fish and shit. And we wanted to always like go somewhere other than we could just walk to.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a little inflatable float, like a boat with paddles.
Yeah.
And my dad makes me this PVC trailer that hooks up to my bicycle. Keep in mind, my parents never went to the fucking pond, ever. They don't know where it is. They've never seen how sketchy this place is. Like, you're not going to find me, ever. And so me and my buddies would load up with fishing gear, tackle, ride our bike up to this fucking pond, put the thing in there, and just paddle out and fish with hooks and knives.
Holy
And
shit.
like, dude, how did I survive? We could have fucking drowned any minute. We were just gone.
90s, baby.
That was the 90s, man. And now kids don't have that. Look, if your kid's gone for like 4 minutes, you're like, where do they go? They okay? Call me. Parents freak out, man.
It's wild.
So they need an outlet like that. And
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
Look, all they have, let's be honest, we have trampoline parks. Somehow they make, I think they're drug rings, honest to God. Have you been to Rock and Jump?
Yeah.
That place is huge. And there's 9 people in that bitch.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. There's never anybody in those places.
There's
Ever.
never anybody in there.
There's always like the bigger one though that breaks their leg or something, and
Yeah.
you always hear those stories.
Yeah.
Always.
You do. But there's never anybody in there. And I if they can survive, man, you can do it. You can get a place somewhere, build it out. I mean, honestly, well, fuck. Now it's going to take about $10 million to build out a skate park because you need a lot of wood.
Yeah. So I'm going concrete. Straight skate like concrete.
There we go.
That's-
Yeah, we get some foam, carve it up,
Ah,
get some great foam up in
gonna-
there. Can't build that shit out of wood anymore. Jesus.
that's why I need the skate lesson to take off, going even up to 13 states. So I can get 60 students a state even at the prices that I charge
Right.
a month, that'd be enough to.
So how do we get there? How do we get there? You need someone who can obviously teach lessons
Right.
outside of just where you're at.
And that's going to be me going. I'm going to be going to these different states and going to the local park. Like if I have someone who wants to be a part of Skate Lesson, I'm going to go to the local park, and part of the interview is just going there with them. And I'm going to see how people react to this person I'm going with at the skate park. If they're not anything like happy or like, saying what's up to them, then they're not going to be a part of the Skate Lesson team. Because I want genuine guys and girls who want to work with the kids and be patient and not show off and, give them the right materials to create their skate experience, and that's one thing that Go Skate bothered me is you could just take a picture with you holding a skateboard and say you skateboard to them and they'll hire you, no problem, and they'll give you $10 an hour and charge $900 for a month for sessions. It's crazy, man. It's
Right.
And I just want to make sure I have the right people on my team, because if they're out there with a student in South Carolina, that's like me being out there with a student in South Carolina, and I want it to be just, I want it to be right.
Okay.
It's.
I get you. Pull this a little closer to you because you lean back a lot. That's all good. Just move the mic.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's way better.
All right.
So if you want to be a part of SKATELESSON.com, if you want to be a coach, or you need a better name for it. Can't call him coach. They got to be something cool.
People call me Coach Mike all the time.
I know.
Thanks.
But
Thank you for that. That shirt.
Gotta be cool. Gotta be cool. I don't know. Come up with a catchy name. People, something cheesy. But you can be coach. It's all good. It's all good.
Coach Mike.
I don't know. I don't know the lingo. What's up, big boy Prince? He follows my channel a lot. Nice. We chat a lot, man. He prints t-shirts and shit too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's got his own little show. So so we need to get some people out there that are cool, that are good with kids.
Yeah.
That know how to skate and know how to teach people how to skate.
Right.
Patience. And not just be showing off assholes. So if you're out there and you listen to this and you can go to skatelesson.com and shoot them an email or whatever. We need to get you to expand, man. We got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I
agree.
If you're out there and you want to build a skate park, find Mike. He's right here. You don't have to find him. He's right there on the screen. And we'll put the links in the description of the video also. Because look, we need something, outlet. And I've seen the kids up there, man. They love that shit.
Yeah.
And when they were up there helping Skyler, and they don't know him, and they were just helping him out, for 2 hours, and it was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And that's something that the kids really do need. And I do like that they were building another skate park in Gainesville last year.
It's there.
Is it done?
Yep, it's done.
Is it nice?
It's nice. It is nice. It is a nice park, and then there's a foundation spot where some of the locals have built their own skate park called Area 51. It's also in Gainesville. It's really nice.
Oh,
I like that spot a lot more
All
than
right.
the actual park. It's a lot more rugged.
okay, right on.
It's fun though.
I think there needs to be more of that. I feel like maybe there are in other places of the country, but Atlanta, there's a handful of them.
Mm-hmm.
If you Google them, I've been down to the Beltline. That one's kind of cool. It's small, but
Yeah, that's a good park.
when you get on the internet, man, you're scrolling through social media and you see them California boys out there just living it up on the beach,
It's wild.
skating in them wild parks, man. Need a piece of that action for sure. So what's the worst injury you've had skateboarding?
Well, the worst injury that I remember, I would say, would be my ankle when I fractured my tibia and broke a couple toes and my foot on I was skating a hubba. But a hubba is like it's a ledge, like like a wall that's half.
Okay.
And there's like a metal on the side of it so you can grind on it. Well, it was an 8 stair with a flat and another 8 stair. So it was 8 stairs and a flat piece, then 8 more stairs, and then on the hub it was like basically like it's supposed to go up to your head kind of when you walk down the steps. I was alling up on it and I was trying to do a blunt slide, and a blunt slide is both my feet were up here and they kind of just went straight. But I put so much wax on there that it slipped out and my foot just crumbled because of how fast I was going, and then it just I fell from there to the top and just fell down the steps and hit my head. That one hurt.
Helmet or no helmet?
I didn't have a helmet.
Ah!
No. And then
It's arrived.
back in April this year was my worst accident, the one that actually killed me.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's hear about that.
Remember, I was gone for 6 months.
Everyone was gone for 6 months. No one missed you. We
No.
were not allowed to go anywhere. We had no idea.
So I
You almost died of COVID. You don't even know.
Yeah. They have
two death certificates, all COVID.
Yes.
terrible.
Everyone has one filled out right now.
But I was bombing a hill right down the street actually, and a car ran a stop sign. And as I was coming down when the car ran the stop sign, I flipped over the car and slammed my head on the ground. And luckily, my boy Robin was with me. He saw me. He went pick me up because I was out cold. I woke up, started throwing up. I was like, I'm good. I just want to go to sleep.
Oh,
Robin was like, no, man, I'm calling the ambulance, you know? I was like, no, I just got to go to sleep. He's like, no, you're taking a ride to the hospital. So ambulance came, picked me up, went to the hospital. 20 minutes after they saw me and scanned my skull, I was knocked out in an induced coma, and they were drilling my skull open because I fractured my skull, had no idea, and there was bone fragments that were lodged into my brain. It was bleeding me out. So I lost a lot of blood in my brain. It was filling up and it was suffocating me. So they had to stop that, and as that procedure was going on, my body was fighting against the drugs that they were giving me to keep me under, so I kept waking up during the procedure, and everything that was happening with my skull open and all the movements was killing me. And I have 2 death certificates from this shit.
That's a wild story right there.
It is.
And you're sitting right here, man. You're out skating. Like,
Yeah.
what, a year later? How long ago?
5 months.
5 months?
Yeah. 5
Wow.
months. I was in a coma for a month after my surgery.
So 4 months.
Yeah.
4 months ago, you were in a coma.
Yep.
And now you're out there back in a bowl.
Yep. I have a helmet on.
You do have a helmet on.
I do keep a helmet on now.
I'll say that.
And I'm going to be talking to students as far as bigger classes, as far as being in a gym or at homeroom and stuff for schools. They're going to allow me to come in and speak to these kids about helmet safety, not just for skateboarding, but for bike riding and rollerblading and any type of sport that you need a helmet with, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people understand how much it sucks to hit your head. I don't think they you don't realize it, how much it hurts and how bad it is. I mean, how bad it is for you. But I mean, let's put it this way. If you don't want to wear a helmet, if you're out there and you're skating or rollerblading or doing something fast on concrete or the road or anything hard, and you think that you're too cool for a helmet, let somebody just hit you with a bat in the head.
Or a car.
Or a car. I mean, if you're like, no, hard pass, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be worse than getting hit with and no one wants to get hit in the head. Put a helmet on. It's not difficult. And no one cares. No one cares if you look cool. No one gives a fuck. That's the real deal. I mean, safety is important. And I ask you these questions because I think at some point, skating got I don't know if it was, people thought it was dangerous. I feel like it went through a stage where some of these activities were just dangerous. It's too dangerous. Oh, no, you're going to break your bones. You're going to get hurt. And that was trampolines too. Look, everyone had a trampoline with no net, right? These kids, every trampoline has a net. What the fuck is that about? Dude, my friend had a trampoline on a hill with no net. You get double bounced into another neighborhood off of that son of a bitch. So, everything is, it's just a different world, but safety is super important. And I asked that because when I watch all the, dude, what's that X Games thing where they go down Mount Olympus and fly through the air for 40 minutes and do tricks? You know what I'm talking about? This mega jump in the X Games. I don't know what it's called.
Money Cup?
Biggest effing skateboard jump I've ever seen.
Really?
I'm gonna YouTube that shit because they never get hurt. They never get hurt. They just land, and if they miss it, they just slide away, and they're fine. I'm gonna. And I'm like, how do they never get hurt, man?
What's it called? The Muloff?
What is it called?
Muloff Money Cup? Muloff Money Cup? I forget what it's
It's
called.
Big Air Doubles. X Games Big Air Doubles. It's an X Games thing. I'm gonna pop it up right here. Introduces new discipline. Let's see.
Big Air Doubles.
It's freaking huge. It's freaking huge. Like,
I would love that.
bro, how big is that ramp?
That would be
40 feet?
At least 40, 45 feet.
Right?
At least.
Like, at least.
I would absolutely love to try this one
Like,
day.
You know, they do this shit, and if they don't land it, they're still fine.
Well, I
It
think
blows
that's
my mind.
just with the momentum that you're going and the ramp and the slope. Like, there's a way
Yeah, I
to fall
get
to
it.
this.
Yeah,
you
well, there's
know?
always a way to fall and not get hurt.
Yeah. And these
But-
guys know it.
Dude, fuck all that.
That would be
dropping
amazing.
in from like, dude, he's dropping in from the Sears Tower as far as I'm concerned. How high is that dude? 20. He's 6.7 meters, 21 feet in the air. That's off
was
the
above-
jump.
yeah,
that's
off-
above the
Uh-huh.
however tall that thing is.
So 80 feet.
That's insane. 80 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, go.
Not bad.
I'll tell you what. We'll get a diving board 80 feet up and jump. Good luck.
Don't think I won't.
One.
Don't
once.
think I won't.
Dude, you can do anything once. I used to laugh. My buddy's a pilot, and I'd be like, man, you can't fly. You can't land your plane over there. He's like, I can land my plane anywhere once. Sure
That's
enough.
good pilot.
Sure enough. Once and once only.
Oh, man.
So I don't know. I feel like for a while there that those sports got a bad stigma. Now I grew up rollerblading. I wasn't ever a skateboarder.
Right.
I wasn't really that good. My dad, so we talked about it, man, like just a couple weeks ago. So I'll never forget this shit either until I die, and he will remind me of it. So I had skateboard, and I lived on a hill. It was a pretty good slope. It wasn't like the one that you probably come down over here where I'm at now, but it was a pretty good little slope, and it ended just in a cul-de-sac. So we would skateboard down the hill, and you get good enough speed, but you could kind of stop, or you would just hit the curb, jump in the grass.
Right.
And as a kid, you know, I just wanted to sit on the skateboard, stand on it, lay on it. So it only took once of me laying on that son of a bitch to hit something, come off of it, face first into the freaking street,
Oh, shit.
and skin my face. Oh, and come in, crying my face off. What do you think my dad did?
Told you to get up. Do it
Bro.
again.
Bro, he took that skateboard
He threw it
and
away.
he cut it in half on the bandsaw in front of me
Damn.
and gave it back to me.
That's not right.
He saw that bitch and he said, not doing that again.
Not again,
Zap,
boy.
Cut it in half, handed me 2 pieces. So you'll
Damn.
be all right. Yeah, for real. He did that shit. And that was a bad one. My dad was a mailman. So sometimes he would get like, people would be throwing shit on the curb, throwing
Yeah.
it away, and he would be like, oh, that's a good bike or a good fucking scooter or something. And I had a bike, man, I was going down that freaking hill, chain came off that bitch. I couldn't stop. I rode it all the way down, jumped the curb, right into the freaking house. Boom, the house at the end of the street. And they had a big front porch, and I went right head first into the header. And I had a knot, I had a freaking knot
Oh, my
on my
God.
forehead, bigger than a golf ball. They have a picture of it somewhere. It was bad. They took me to the hospital.
Really?
I mean, dude, first of all, if I didn't have a concussion from hitting a freaking house at like, it had to be 30 miles an hour or faster on a fucking bike. But I'm mostly okay.
Mostly all right.
No helmet.
Debatable, but it's fine.
No helmet on.
No.
This was the 90s, man.
Yeah,
We
no one
didn't
wore
even invent
helmets.
helmets until the 2000s. There was no damn helmet.
No helmets around.
No helmet.
I never wore a helmet growing up. I was the walking wound. I swear. I would come home every day and my sheets would be bloody. I would wake up stuck to my sheets, or there would just be blood all over my room. My mom always was concerned, like, you hurt yourself in your room. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, Ma, I skateboard. It's it's normal. She's like, that's not normal. That's not normal. She would never buy me any skateboards ever. Never would.
I had rollerblades. I went to a rollerblade summer camp once.
Yeah.
And it was at Gwinnett Tech, in the parking lot of Gwinnett Tech. And there was about, I don't know, 40 kids, and they had a little mini half pipe they put up, and then we did ramps, and we learned how to do tricks kind of. somewhat safe. But man, I felt like I was king shit on rollerblades back in the day, was zipping through neighborhoods. I want some now, and I'm like, young me is like, we can do that again, and old me is like, it's gonna hurt.
They're getting a lot more popular now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're starting to. The '90s are coming back in a way. I've been noticing the trends lately. Just the pants, the shirts, the clothing, the style of music. This is about rollerblading.
I don't know about the style of music. I haven't seen that come back.
It's somewhat like MGK just came out with his punk rock debut. It sounded pretty Blink-182-ish.
Well, that's because Travis Barker's behind it. It's literally Blink-182.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's kind of
I forgot they're friends now.
big deal.
It's
Sounds
pretty good
a little
though.
bit like Blink-182. You're like, well, he's kind of right there playing drums. Now, MGK, I would say, is the most underrated artist currently.
I can agree with you on that. He's an actor too, and he's like good at it.
Yeah, no, he's good
talented
at everything
person,
he does. Yeah, there's a lot that dude can do. A lot in the entertainment world, his music. In quarantine, he really thrived in quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing all those like at home recordings and duets with people and covers. They were freaking amazing. All of them were great. Even aside from the little Eminem beef, which was also great.
They did that on purpose.
Who cares? It was awesome.
It was great.
No one cares. It was fucking awesome. That
M
dude
did win that one.
deserves. And his role of playing Tommy Lee, freaking awesome.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
Dirt. Yeah,
it
that
was great.
That was a good
Dirt,
movie.
that was a great movie, and he did an amazing job playing Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
I thought so. I mean, if he can play the drums like that, I mean, I know he can play drums, but Jesus, the dude's talented, dude. I don't know. There's a guy on TikTok who is bringing the '90s back. He's rollerblading in Jinkos and just, dude. You watch that dude. He's straight up. Aside from being like 40, he's in the '90s.
Yeah.
It's just 20 years later. It could come back.
I think it will.
It could. If we can get the young crowd to listen to it. We were in the car the other day, and we had to just go pick up Skylar from a friend's house or something. So I was like, let's just do carpool karaoke. Just because it's late, I don't fucking drive and pick him up. And on the way back, I was like, what song do you request? And he was like, Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. And I was like, and Megan's 29. He was like, I don't know that song. I was like, how the fuck do you not know Rollin' by Limp Bizkit? She's like, I don't know it. I'm like,
rolling.
everyone knows that.
Yeah.
You crazy now. Don't look at Fred Durst now, but back in the day, Fred Durst was cool.
Hot dog flavored water.
Yeah, chocolate starfish. Man, I used to have a minivan back in my car sales days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At least you had a car in your car sales
dude.
days.
I had a minivan. I had a white Astro van.
Oh shit.
Dude, it was 98 or 99 when I got that van. So like that was my choice. Like I could buy my own car, or the parents would give me the Astro van.
Yeah. And
my friends that I kind of hung out with a little bit, one of them was big into the little lowrider scene, has a little S10 lowrider. And you don't see lowrider. I see them occasionally.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, everything was a lowrider. Like everything was a lowrider. I remember the car shows, they were everywhere. They were never, here's the thing, they were never done. Do you ever see a lowrider that was finished?
No. Never.
No.
Never.
They're like, I just got to shave this door handle. You're like, bro, you got to paint that whole fucking truck. Like, they got like brand new rims and they're missing like half the upholstery all the time. They were never finished. You'd see one finished and then it would burn up or something.
It's always some missing shit. Some extra shit that didn't belong, half a spoiler, whatever it was. They were
it was never done.
Never done.
And different colors. If it was done, they were rich.
Yeah. Always multicolored if they were done too, though. There was never one color to the lowrider.
Matt's truck was he was so proud of it. Ferrari red. Dude. I've been a painter for damn near 20 years. Ferrari red is fucking red. All right, don't kid yourself. It's
very
just red. But he's like, Ferrari red had this expensive paint job. Knowing what we know now, it was just a Mako paint job at the end of the day. But he was so proud of that thing, and he had like white zebra print interior in that thing, and we did a bunch of stuff to it. But my Astro van, dude, painted Cadillac taillights.
Man.
We put zebra print interior in that bitch, and I had like 16 speaker stereo in it, and it was It was everything you thought it would be. You could hear that van coming from a minute away. Little smoothie wheels on it. We got at the junkyard. Yeah, I didn't have much money, man.
Oh, the junkyard where you were at though.
We were
Perfect for the Astro van.
We were straight robbing shit out that junkyard.
Using the van to pick it all up too.
Man, no, you couldn't get the van dirty. It was a white van. I had a little TV in it.
It was the
I had
90s.
a 13-inch like box TV built in a box on a power inverter.
That's funny.
Hooked up to an original Xbox.
That's some futuristic shit back then.
Dude, back then, yeah, a little center console hit. Dude, I would put speakers in. My dad was like, you better not fuck that van up. And so I had like an hour every day after school before he got home. And I was like, dude, we can fucking do some shit. So we get like, he'd come back. He never really looked at it. He didn't pay that much attention to like what was going on inside of it. But, it'd be like, they had like this little like door that opened in the center console. And I'm like, dude, we put a speaker in there. We cut a hole in. Well, for my birthday, you gave me a roto zip. And I was like, game on, motherfucker. Yeah, I cut holes in everything in that van. Built speaker boxes. That was a different time, man. It was a different time back then. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring it back. I see a low rider every now and then. I don't really hear the music though. I don't. Yeah. Where like even what do kids listen to that skate now? What's the skater genre?
Dude, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. There isn't one.
There isn't one.
There's what is it? The mumble rap. That's about it.
Bro, if you listen to mumble rap while you're skating, you might as well just take your helmet off and just dive into that bowl.
Just head dive.
Yeah, just take your helmet off and just dive into that bitch like a freaking swimming pool.
It's gonna sound funny. I prefer classical music if I were to listen to music while I skate. I'll literally listen to Frank Sinatra or Mozart. Just like nice classical tunes or maybe some old hip hop or Big L.
Okay.
Stuff like that. But not something heavy metal and none of that crap. I like to think when I skate. And that's usually why I don't put headphones in at all, because I'm very conscious of my feet on that board. And the music just kind of gets in my way,
You have to be conscious. So I brought this up at one of the times we were up there. The fact that skateboarding is what I consider like 95% or higher failure.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter what you're doing, you fail. You fail exponentially more than you succeed in skateboarding.
I wouldn't call it failing.
Oh, it's failing.
I mean, you definitely mess up, you bust your ass, you're failing.
Yeah,
but
right.
You got to know that you're just taking feedback, and you got to just figure out what you're failing at and change it. It's a mind game. Skateboarding is 100% a mind game.
Right. And I argue that because a lot of the inspirational people that I follow, David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Joe Rogan, you get like Gary Vee, or there's quite a few of them. And Goggins especially will tell you that, overcoming adversity, there's nothing better than that. Like you got to train your mind to overcome your failures and learn from them. And skateboarding is a thing where if you can get out there and you can try 100 times and fail 100 times and get up and go 101 and land it, the feeling you'll get from that, you're not going to get from anything else.
No.
Like you can go play basketball and you can shoot a fucking 3-pointer. You're probably going to get like 1 out of 10. I mean, look, blind cat's going to get 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to feel the same. There's not a lot of sports or a lot of activities that give you that same achievement. And then I think the fact that it is so short-lived a lot of times where it's like, I landed it. And if you continue to practice it, eventually you will get to where you probably landed, 95% of the time.
Yes.
And then you're going to move on and do the next thing that you're going to fail 200 times. But it's those little failures every time. And the fact you get up and you keep trying and someone's there, maybe, with what you're doing, someone's there to go, all right, well, why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You're almost there. That is so important for these kids to me, because I feel like they're not good with failure. A lot of kids just struggle with it. It's just a product of society.
Yeah. It's, a lot of it too is, the kids are so good at everything because it's all on their fingertips now with like video games and social media and everything, that taking failure to them is so much worse than it used to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're good at everything. I would say that they're good at a very minute thing. Dude, they're bad at a lot of things.
But you know what I mean, though. They take the small things that they fail at and just make it a whole lot more than it should be.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Or they focus on them. And honestly, there was a video. I've seen a couple of them. The best one I saw, there was a teacher teaching like a math class or some class, and he wrote down 10 problems and he wrote down 10 answers. And one of the answers was wrong. Mm-hmm. And the kids were like, "Oh no, this is wrong. That's wrong. You know, you got that one wrong." And everyone's pointing it out. And the lesson behind it is that you didn't see everything I did right. You only pointed out the one thing I did wrong. That's all you care about.
Right.
And if you can stop thinking about that and go, hey, Mr. Johnson, you got 9 right. That's the mindset that you need going forward. You don't need to go, hey, Mr. Johnson, you fucking sucked on that that one right there. That's wrong. And point it out.
Right.
And if we can take that mindset and get kids to flip it and go, hey, man, you know what? You got all of them right. That's the mindset that they need to succeed.
Right.
It's picking out and focusing on the one thing that you sucked at that holds you back. Mm-hmm. And in entrepreneur life, that's a killer every day. And I've done this for a long time, man. I've been self-employed since I was 22 years old.
Congratulations.
And it is ups and downs. And right now, dude, I'm getting smashed by life. There is no lie about it. Like, this is probably the worst position I've ever been in life.
Oh shit.
Dude, but here's the thing. In order to make it through, you have to wake up and go, I'm just one decision away.
Yeah.
I'm one thing away. And that could be this podcast. It could be someone that saw me make a t-shirt. It could be somebody that I ran into at the store. It could be anything. Right. And that's the entrepreneur life. You know, and if you've got that mentality, you know, if you were sitting at work and you just said, you know what, domain's available, I'm out. That's step one. You know, if you can make that decision and take the risk, and then when the world says you can't do this anymore, and you don't give up, you know, and find a way to survive until you can make it through it. Mm-hmm. That's what it takes. And we need more people like that. We need more people that have that mentality, that break the mold and go, I don't want to just go to school and get some shit job, you know, and just work and sell my life for $20 an hour.
No, my time is a lot more valuable than money, you know, and that's how I look at it. And it's just,
it is.
It's hard to skate when you're 50, you know, so.
Dude, Tony Hawk is 50.
I know, he's 56. 56. He came out with
56?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's insane. Tony Hawk I love that man so much, dude. He's such a dope person. Like, I don't know. It's just did you see his Battle Commander video that he came out with?
No, I don't think I did. I saw something recently that he did, but
he did a video part recently at the barracks. And it was.
I don't think I saw that.
He did I think there was one he did a big spin backboard down a handrail, which is not a very easy or safe trick at all for a 56-year-old man to be doing, let alone anybody.
Just jumping when you're 56 is hard.
Yeah, he's doing a lot more than that.
Doing it on a skateboard and flipping that bitch around.
He's insane.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. Listen, man, people put a stigma around age that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like you're afraid of this number, this imaginary number that means nothing to anybody. You just say, all right, well, when I'm 45, I can't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. And then there's people out there that go, you 45. Like, I think the most powerful thing that I took from Gary Vaynerchuk was a video he had where he talked to somebody who was 22 years old. I think he was 22 or 21, and Gary was 44 or 45 at the time. And he was talking to this kid, and he goes, man, you just got to wait, man. You got to have patience. Like, he goes, think about this. You could do every single thing you've ever done in your entire life over again, and you still would have a couple years before you were my age. I mean, that's a powerful message.
Yeah, it is.
You could do every single thing since you were born all over again.
Right now.
Right now. You could do that. So there's age don't mean shit. Now, if you feel bad and your body sucks, do something, you know, work out. You can get better.
I've never felt better in my life, to be honest. Like as much pain as I've been through in the last couple years, 5-6 years of the broken bones and the metal all over, doesn't bother me. I just keep pushing forward because when I'm on that skateboard, nothing matters at that point. I don't know, something about it.
That's what's up.
I love it.
That's what's up. We need more of that, man. You need more of that energy, more of that attitude. You need to teach kids that. And, and you know, here's the real talk is that story should be inspirational for people out there. No doubt.
Yeah.
To look at someone and go, you could have gave up, man. You could have woke up in the hospital and was like, that's it. Like, close enough for me. Almost got me. You know?
Yep.
Back to fucking whatever I'm going to do now. I don't know, but I'm not doing that. That could have been the end of SKATELESSON.com.
Yeah. It was very close to it. Very close to the end of Mike Procaccini.
It could have been the end of Mike Procaccini.
But
right there. But it wasn't. It was just a speed bump in the road.
That's all.
And that's all it was.
I was up. My neurologist told me to find a new hobby. I said, like, what, like drawing? And said, no, you can't skateboard anymore. I was like, I'll wear a helmet. It's fine. And I got the looks of death, you know, from them at the hospital. But
man, let me tell you something. You know the story of Marcus Latrell?
Mm-mm.
You ever seen Lone Survivor?
No.
The movie with Mark Wahlberg?
I feel like I have.
Navy SEALs dropped off on the hill of Afghanistan.
Yes,
all
I
of them
have
died
seen
except
it.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a real dude.
Yeah.
Who really lived that shit. And there's plenty of videos online of him telling that story, like the real story of it.
Right.
And that dude not only survived that, but he went back and fought 2 more tours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He went back over there. And I was talking to Jacob, my buddy, he's in the military. I'm like, first of all, how did he not get discharged, medically discharged? He was shot several times, broke his freaking back, broke his leg. Like, he came out of there like a sack of freaking bloody bones, broken bones.
Wow.
Somehow that dude goes back like a year later and was still a SEAL. Insane. But you know, it's look, man, doctors can tell you don't do it, it's not okay. And they don't know you. They don't know the spirit that people have.
Right.
And the power of the mental fortitude to overcome the things that happen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, no, we're gonna go back and we're gonna do better than we did before.
Exactly. I made a lot of changes with myself when I got out of the hospital too. Like, I completely quit drinking. Like, completely, like, no more alcohol. You know, not that I had a problem with it. It's just that I felt I needed to let my mind heal, and my body doesn't need it right now. I'm 30 years old. I can't be drinking and then the next day go skateboard all day. It affects me a lot differently now.
Yeah.
So
I believe that. I don't drink much either, man. I mean, I just have no desire to just do it. Like, I'm like, man, I mean, I might have a beer or something. That's cool with like tacos, but you see people that are like, oh, let's go get fucking sloshed. I'm like, why? I got shit to do. I want to do that.
It's a waste of money and a waste of energy.
It's a giant waste of money, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You should have seen, when me and Marshall first started doing our show, that dude would bring a bottle of El Toro tequila. Do you know what El Toro is?
Yeah.
It is, look, we argued that he's the only person on the planet who buys El Toro.
Really?
It's the cheapest tequila you could buy.
Yeah. I was more like a Casamigos type of tequila drinker, you know?
Yeah.
Not El Toro?
El Toro.
Yeah, that sounds
dude,
like
it's $10.61
so it's
for a
McCormick.
bottle.
Basically, McCormick vodka is
This is rubbing alcohol. Kroger brand. This is Kroger brand.
set my stomach.
He would drink, no lie, he would drink a half a bottle of it in 2 hours with just Coke Chaser. And I'm like, Marshall, and he's like, I'm fine. I'm like, you are not okay. I had to pull the plug on the tequila. You can't do that because he would just turn it, dude. The bowl would get him.
Really?
He would get rowdy. He'd get riled up.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm fine. I'm like, you are not okay. I got him some of the Rocks tequila, a bottle of that, and he was a different animal. He was better. But after a while, I said, he did the same thing. He said, I'm going to quit drinking.
Yeah.
You know, it's not doing any favors to my life. And you don't know if you haven't seen the other show that we do. You know, he's older than me. He was homeless for 8 years, lived in his Jeep.
Wow.
Kind of by choice. You know, I mean, he had a job. He didn't make much money.
Right.
But he traveled around, did open mics, lived in his Jeep. He was homeless until about 3 months ago.
Fuck.
No lie. No lie. I met Marshall 2.5 years ago at open mic. Didn't really know him from anybody. So I talked to him a couple times at open mic. His open mic sets were freaking hilarious. Dude, he looked so damn crazy. I mean, he looked homeless. He had what he called his drug rug on, which is his Mexican poncho that he always wore. He stayed by himself. He's got a mullet from outer space. It's he's a character, and when you go to open mic, people, they use a microphone and they tell jokes. Not Marshall. Marshall takes the mic, sets it down, takes his beer, and he does a monologue screaming at the crowd, and it is the funniest shit you've ever seen. But
I want to see this.
Oh yeah, he's doing he's at Smith's Old Bar right now, downtown.
He's probably yelling at a bunch of people right now.
Yeah, he's probably yelling at them right now. And
Beautiful.
It's so fun. We did a couple shows where he opened with a monologue. It's not quite as funny when you don't have the people reacting to it, because they're great. But he turned his life around. Where I was going with this was that he drank a lot, and he's in a spot where he, wouldn't say that he was not proud of himself, but he was okay being homeless and living in his Jeep.
Yeah.
Until he got a bed. And then he was like, dude, I don't want to live in my Jeep anymore.
There's options.
He got a little better job. He was making more money, and he had some cash. And right now, he currently is renting a room at my dad's house.
Oh, wow. Good for him. I'm happy for him.
And I saw him yesterday. He was up here, and he's like, dude, my life has significantly improved in the last 4 months.
Right.
And, it just goes to the fact that you can do anything.
Right.
If you put your mind to it. And
really
what you're wanting to do, I am fully supportive of that, man. It is awesome. It's a great message. It's a great story. And I think it's a great future.
It is. It is.
And we need to get some people out there, and you need to spread the message out there. And, you got to get followers. I don't know how you get them out. You get followers. But my thing with that, too, is you only need one follower that gives enough of a fuck to take it, to go, hey, man, I want to teach SKATELESSON.com where I live.
Yeah.
You don't take 1 million people.
No.
It takes one person.
It's going to be a very select few that get hired with Skate Lesson as well. I'm picky. I know exactly what I want with my business, I know what vision I see.
You ever thought about just going and finding them?
Yes, but right now my marketing is a little different, because when I don't go out and pay for marketing as I should and do that, but it's word of mouth for me, and just word of mouth alone by the person that I am at the skate parks is enough to have me fully booked and have me fully working every day, where I don't have the time to go and drive out of state and go to skate parks and scope out looking for coaches and whatnot.
Right.
It's a lot. I'm a one-man army right now. That's how it is. But
a lot of us are.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man army.
You know how it is.
Dude.
No.
Sometimes you pick a war, you're like, don't have enough guns for this.
You gotta be 3 people every day.
You gotta have a Kool-Aid Man suit. That's what I say.
Bust through.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I tell people. I tell people this every day. You wake up, man. There's some kind of freaking wall in front of you for something you're trying to do, and you just got to put your Kool-Aid Man suit on. And you just got to go through that wall.
I put my helmet on.
You put your helmet on. All right.
Just ram right through there.
I've never seen the Kool-Aid Man break. That's all I'm saying. He don't even spill nothing out that motherfucker.
No. People still drink it with the debris and everything. They don't mind.
Yes, they do. But I don't know, man. You found a way to make it around adversity. You found a way to do what you love to do.
Yep.
And you found a way to recover from an insane accident and keep going. And if you're out there listening to this and you want to be a part of Skate Lesson, you can go to skatelesson.com and you can hit up Mike on there. He's got Instagram. You got anything else?
Facebook, skatelesson.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. You need TikTok. Everyone's on TikTok.
I have a Skate Lesson TikTok.
You got a Skate Lesson TikTok?
Yep. Just skate. Everything that says Skate Lesson, anywhere you go, I own it. I'm not doing much with it, but I just kind of locked it in the name.
You got to do something with it.
You know.
You got to post on TikTok. We're old, but man, look, old people took over TikTok. I don't know if you know this. You got a memo?
No idea. I haven't been on TikTok and
check your mailbox. There's a letter in there because we're old. And someone was like, "Hey, Mike, I need you to go on TikTok.
Oh shit!
The old people got the message, and they've taken over TikTok.
I'll start making more TikTok videos.
You got to. You have to make them.
I agree.
I mean, it's
Start making something.
bro. TikTok is no joke. Next level. There's something for everybody on TikTok. I used to laugh. My friend, she has like 150,000 followers on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's popular. She had a lot of people, and she doesn't even do it that much anymore. But she was big into it, man. She was like just loading up, man. I was like, dude, how do you have so many freaking followers on there? She's like, I just make videos and just post them. I'm like, bro, how? But there's a lot of cool stuff on there. There's a lot of really good skateboarders on TikTok.
Yeah, there are. That I do know.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of good skaters on there.
Yeah.
I follow Cody McIntyre. He skates for Blind. The dude is really, really good. Really, really good. I like watching his videos. That's about the only one I think I have time for.
There's a little kid on there. Let's see. I might be able to find it. Let me see if I can find it. I'll put it for you before we wrap it up. He's pretty dope. Let me see if I can scope it out here.
Is it Gustavo?
Man, this kid's like, I told you, man, he's young. He's a little
Like 15,
kid.
16 doing
No,
like
he's
kickflip
younger
backflips?
than that, man.
Man.
Let's see. I always like the skateboard ones. I'm like, dude, how in the after they did it? Here he is. Hold up. Look at this little kid. How old do you think that kid is? First of all, he's Asian, so he could be 40. But this kid's skill. He's young, man. Boom.
Rodney Mullen tricks here.
I don't know.
Oof.
I don't know how you do that. It's
beautiful.
magic.
Look up, see if my TikTok is active still.
All right, we'll find it. Here.
Skate lesson. See if that works.
Let's close out of this one and we will search. There
This
was
is how-
another one.
This is
that
how
was
long it's
super
been
dope.
for me on TikTok. I don't even know if I still have one or not.
And we also have to remember that when people post TikToks, they don't do it on the first try. Okay, this is the internet. They've tried many times and they've made it once. There's one on here. The dude did a kickflip through a handrail. The board went through the handrail.
Did a small part of it?
Yeah.
Like a box of it? Yeah, that was who the hell did that?
Magician named he performs in Vegas.
Yeah.
Chris Angel did that shit. As far as I know.
He was a pro skater. I forgot what his name was. I saw that on a Thrasher video recently. It was crazy.
Man, these guys. First of all, we'll play this one. This one's cool too. He's got no helmet on, so he loses points for having no helmet on. But this is pretty dope. What the fuck was that? I don't even know. I don't know, man. I watch this stuff and I'm like, how do you even think to do that? First of all, how do you even pull that trick out of your head?
Funny thing is, man, a lot of the times that I've been filming like lines or doing tricks like in a row for a video,
Right?
the ones that I'm thinking about the hardest, I never land. So then after a few tries of me not doing like the full line, I'll just completely change it up and just come what's natural, like what I can just subconsciously do. And
Okay.
half the time it turns out being a lot better than the tricks I was originally going for. That's skateboarding, man. It's a mind
I
game.
wish I could find that one of that kid doing that freaking kickflip to that freaking rail. Because not only was it awesome, but whoever videoed it,
Yeah.
awesome. It was back to back awesome. Both of them were like, how did you freaking do that? Let's look it up here. Search buttons on here somewhere. There it is. Let's see if it's on TikTok. You got to get on it. If it's not on there, you got to get back into it. Top, let's see, accounts.
Skate
Yeah,
lesson.
there you are. You got 60 followers
On which one? Let me see.
on TikTok. We're going to pop it up here. Bam.
Is that the one?
This is it. This is you.
Is that me?
Okay, I'm going to give you follows. Now you got fucking 61.
Hey, I got 60 followers now.
61 followers.
Huh. That was a fakey 540 flip manual. That's a kickflip video. How to kickflip.
Right there.
How to kickflip.
Bam. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. Let's see. I got to add another. Let's do a window capture. There we go. There we go.
Just a quick minute. How to kickflip.
Man, let me tell you something. If you put that shit on TikTok,
It is on TikTok.
like I'm just saying, obviously, that's on TikTok. But if you do those videos
Yeah.
every day, you get 1 billion followers.
I need to. I want to do more of these because this was easy. This was all one take too. It took me
Yeah.
just 2 seconds just to do, and
And that's it.
Just a quick, it took me maybe 5 minutes to edit it.
Dude, I will say this about TikTok videos is some people's TikTok game is next level production, and then other ones are just one take. Bam. I don't know how that, I honestly don't even know how that even happened. I could watch this again. Let's be honest. I'll be completely honest. You did a video of it. This is how you do it. I watch it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can't even jump that high. So I don't know how you jump that high. The board did 17 flips and then you landed on it and you didn't die. So that's a success. But if you make more content like that, people will love the shit out of that. And YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Too.
That one's fun.
Content.
Right. That one. To
This
the
one?
right?
Right here?
That one. I think that was the one.
Let's see. I'm going to pop it up here.
Is it the Bank to Ledge Sesh? I think so. Oh, no. This was the, I don't know. I forget all the ones I've made.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you land on a board that flips around.
Really?
Really? You could not explain that to me in any sense of the form that it makes sense that when you jump and kick the board, it's going to do the exact amount of rotations and be where you need it to be to not die. Like, I would die.
It's just practice, man. And falling and failing.
Yeah.
Gaining that feedback.
All these fails. Yes,
I've only
there you
broken,
go.
10 or 11 bones.
That's it. I broke
it.
2 bones in jiu-jitsu last year.
Really?
Yep. And I like jiu-jitsu.
I
Jiu-jitsu is all
dislocated my
failures.
elbow in jiu-jitsu back in when I was
First of
16.
all, let's be honest. You do not dislocate your elbows. Somebody else dislocates your elbow in jiu-jitsu.
So I was like 140 pounds at the time. This guy was like 200 pounds. And the trainer thought it'd be a good idea for us to tie up with each other. And
They put me in heavyweights every time at SPG. He's like, oh, you're lowering here with the heavyweights. I'm like, bro, I'm a light heavyweight. All right. I know I don't look like John Jones, but I'm in his class. Don't you put me in the fucking heavyweights, goddamn. And them guys are, the difference between 195 and heavyweight is 100 fucking pounds at SPG. Those guys are 280, man.
yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, all right, we'll just get heavy. I'm like, he is heavy. He is always heavy. He just has to do nothing. He just has to exist. That dude is heavy. He needs to lose weight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get down to 185, so I don't fuck with them no more.
You said BSG?
SBG.
SBG?
Straight Blast Gym.
Okay.
Right down the
I
street.
was at Slaughterhouse Fitness.
Slaughterhouse. That sounds intense.
It was fun. We fought at Wild Bill's and stuff.
Oh, okay. When Wild Bill did fight night.
Yeah.
Back in the Wild West, man. It's the 90s, the 2000s.
It's fun, man.
When
I was
Wild Bill-
underage fighting there, but no one ever said anything.
The only person I only ever saw one fight there, and that was a guy. He used to come into my bike shop named Amir Dodanovic. He still fights. He didn't make it. He did fight maybe he fought in a Bellator fight somewhere, like a undercard Bellator fight.
Yeah.
He still coaches at Team Lima, American Top Team. But I saw him fight and he lost, but he was a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He was a heavyweight. He may have been a light heavyweight. He's a big dude.
The Wild Bill's fights were retarded.
Wow. They fight over at Tannery Row.
The
NFC.
Do they really?
Yep. They do. They have those now. The NFC is like, it's amateur fighting.
Yeah.
The SPG has a bunch of guys that fight there. One of the guys is just now like the NFC, his weight class champ. He won last weekend, his fight. Fighting is an interesting thing because you can go from being nobody to somebody immediately.
Right.
Like how did that guy just show up in the UFC? How did they get there? Why does the
How did he
UFC
do
have
that?
700 fighters on their card?
Right.
Right? Back in the day, there was 10 fighters.
Click on that. I made a
This
funny
thing?
video.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll start making funny videos now too. Look, it's raining out. I was like,
Right.
I wanted to skate. So it's like, let me just get my tech deck.
That's great.
See, I can make videos. Like
There you
some
go,
TikTok
man.
videos.
That's what you need.
Is that what it's all about?
That's what it's all about.
All right.
Dude, it's about two things. You can be funny, you can make funny little videos like that, or you can teach people something. People learn something.
I am a goofball.
And people love that shit. And TikTok is a huge platform outside of what, we are accustomed to. We're like, fucking kids doing dances.
Right.
You can learn anything on TikTok. There's one dude on there I watched. He's like a contractor, and he'll find some video of some jacked up construction thing, and his thing is, yeah, buddy, yeah. And he had a video today. I think I liked it. Let me see if I liked it. It's so stupid, man. But these guys have mad followings. Like,
Yeah.
like 2 million freaking people.
It's ridiculous.
There
It's insane.
I might have to put audio on it because it needs the audio. I'll just play it on my speakers right here. If I have to go far. Oh, why can't we hear it? Come on now. There we go. Oh, because I got it muted right here. This is his entire bit. He stitches with other people.
Buddy, yeah. Come get your boy. His hammer's buffering again or something.
His hammer's buffering. He's hitting the wood before it hits the wood.
That's wild.
That is hilarious. Yeah, that dude is freaking great. I don't know. That's not all his. So someone just liked his video, but he does these, yeah, buddy, yeah, and they're always freaking hilarious. Yeah, they're great. But we'll wrap it up, man. It's getting late.
Yes.
And I appreciate you coming out.
No,
and
thank you.
Walking down the street.
Yeah, right.
Doing
Pretty
the
much.
show. And it was a fun conversation, and we'll have to do it again sometime. And you've got what you got coming up? You've got a Halloween show coming up, like a competition, right?
Yep, contest coming up, and I don't ever charge for any of my contests ever. All the ones I've done in the past and the ones in the future will always be free of entry. This time, you have to wear a costume to skate. You have to be in a costume.
Any costume will do.
Any costume will do, as long as you have shoes on that can be skated in, you're good. I don't care what else you wear.
Gotta have shoes on. Gotta have shoes on that are safe for skateboarding. You gotta be able to wear a helmet.
All the kids that want to wear a helmet, I encourage them to, but I'm not going to force it.
Okay. It's not enforced.
It's not enforced. I encourage it, just not.
I would
I'm not
definitely
gonna enforce
encourage it. Especially if you're skating in a dinosaur costume. An
Yeah.
inflatable dinosaur costume, put a helmet on.
I've
Because
seen
it's-
that before.
I'm
pretty
sure.
funny.
I'm sure you will see it again.
I
in
hope so.
probably 40 days from now. You're going to see it. And
Great.
I'm going to whip you up a t-shirt for it. I thought Megan was going to send me the design. Maybe she did. I haven't been
I'm excited to
looking
see
at
it.
my phone. But, yeah, she didn't text it to me. She may have fell asleep. She does
There's like
that.
5 or 6 kids that have personally told me at the skate park that they're dressing like Coach Mike for Halloween when they show up there. They're gonna pencil in a goatee and wear my skate lesson shirt. And
I like it.
so there'll be a bunch of mini-me's running around at the skate park on the 31st.
That's fun. And you're gonna be a judge, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be an actual judge along with my other judges. We have a gown, like the white hair and the
Yeah.
gavel. Yeah, we're all gonna be judges.
Gonna give out life sentences of success. You're
Exactly.
sentenced to success from here on out.
Yes,
Only
sir.
positivity, not getting locked up. So that's cool, and that'll be October 31st at Settles Bridge Park.
Yep.
We need to record it, man. You need to put some videos up. You need to put it out there and let people know, like, this is what it's about,
Yep.
and spread the word for it. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna come out.
Cool. I'm
I'm
excited.
gonna
man.
make some shirts. We're gonna come out, and even if the kids don't want to skateboard, we're gonna show up anyway and just check it out and support it. And man, start a GoFundMe or something. Get something going. Build some skate lesson freaking institutions.
Yep. I agree.
Make it happen.
Will do.
All right, man. Well, if you made it through this entire video, I don't know how long we've been going here. 1 hour, 8 minutes. So it's a minute. It's been a minute.
Been a minute.
Definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit up Mike at Everything Skate Lesson. There is Instagram, Facebook, Google it,
I don't
TikTok
know.
it, put it in the mailbox, send a Raven. Man, look, just attach it. Just send it out there. He'll get it. Maybe. I mean, dude, if you
Figure
send
it
it on a vulture, a turkey vulture, it will show up. Those things are everywhere around here. Turkey vultures are ridiculous in this neighborhood. There was like 20 of them on a house down the street. I was like, dude, someone died in that bitch. Like, there's way too many giant birds on that roof. It's just vicious as fuck.
Oh man.
But get at them, and if you're interested, or if you know somebody who would be awesome fit for skatelesson.com in your area, reach out to them, spread the word. If you know someone who's just awesome in general and want to share some tips and tricks, whatever it is, man,
Give me a call.
give him a call, and I'm going to put his contact info in the video so you can find him. Thanks for joining the show. We'll catch you guys next time. Stay safe.